Brooklyn Independent Television.
And finally, they call themselves the Polar Bears, and 1,000 of them turned up on New Year's Day to take a dip in the Atlantic Ocean. It's a local tradition that began over a century ago. Reporter Fred Brown was around town in Coney Island to witness the annual Polar Bear Swim.
Well, it's 2010, January. We are in Brooklyn on Coney Island. Some people call it tradition. Other people call it a little crazy. These people behind me, they call it fun. Why? Because it's for the annual polar bear jump. And with this going on, there's only one thing left to do. Dive in.
Happy New Year!
And dive in is exactly what more than 1,000 people decided to do this year, which makes 2010 the biggest crowd since the event started 106 years ago. With that type of history, why stop now?
Today we were enjoying the polar bear swim to break in 2010. My buddy Rob and I have been doing this every year.
Rob looks pretty naked there.
Rob is pretty naked. I'm about to do the same myself. I decided to start doing this before I turned 30. So the year I was 29, turning 30, I started doing it. This is 37, going to 38. So this is about 8-9 years we've been doing it.
Oh, we're enjoying ourselves. It's a beautiful day for a swim. Beautiful day. Happy 2010.
And why does Brooklyn come out every year?
Brooklyn has the best polar bear club, the best cold water jump ever. Everyone's an imitator.
What's the big deal, and why is it a cool thing to do on the first of the year?
It's a great way to baptize the new year is really what it is. That's what you're essentially doing. And I tell you the truth, I hate the cold more than anyone you can imagine. And after you do the polar bear swim, the cold's a lot more tolerable every year.
So for you, it's worth that.
Yeah, it's a semi-religious experience, believe me.
Okay, Mr. Weber, and what in the heck are you doing out here?
Enjoying a new year in a healthy way, actually enjoying a whole festivity. It's like a circus.
Circuses and freak shows, no secret in Coney Island, dating back to the beachfront heyday in the mid-1900s, where you'd pay a quarter to see a headless woman, or a big beautiful woman weighing about 300 pounds, or the world's smallest grown-up. And the frigid temperatures didn't stop these grown-ups from taking it all in.
What's the reason to celebrate this every year?
Well, because it's something to do. Something, very exciting to do. It's fun. You jump in the water, you freeze, but it's fun. I've been jumped. Last year it was freezing. It was 16 degrees, and we went in anyway.
So this polar bear jump thing is second nature for you. What happens every year? What gets in people's ears?
We have polar bears from everywhere come down. Long Island, Connecticut, everything. It's a pump, it's a vibe.
It's all for charity.
Everything's beautiful, yeah.
They do it for Camp Sunshine. They raise money for Camp Sunshine, and they raise money for, I think, muscular dystrophy. So they do this every year.
So why is something like this important for the community every year?
Well, this is important, A, because it's a charity, B, it's the community getting together and working together for a great event and celebrate the New Year's. I don't think this will ever be phased out. I think what we need in Coney Island is what we're doing. More and more events in the community, more and more working together, more and more saying Coney Island is the place to be in Brooklyn, the city of New York, and the state of New York.
So at the end of the day, it was all about party with a purpose. And this time next year, I know exactly where I'll be.
Happy New Year.
For Brooklyn Review, you've been around town with Fred Brown.